Hello, my friends, it's Danny, and today we're doing a little something new. We are gonna do Taste This. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to try some new foods for the very first time on camera with you. And because it is pumpkin season and because I love Trader Joe's, I thought it would be really fun to kind of go up and down the aisles of Trader Joe's and pick a whole bunch of pumpkin spice foods that I haven't had before and give them a taste test here with you for the very first time. So as you can see, we've got a handful of snacks ready to go. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with my clean and delicious philosophy, while I am a big believer in eating real, whole, unprocessed foods as close to their natural state as possible most of the time, I also am a big believer in embracing and celebrating the seasons and the holidays and all the fun and festivities that come with that. And in my world, pumpkin is very exciting, and so I am all about celebrating the pumpkin season with some fun foods. So should we just jump in here and get started? So I'm gonna start with one of the snacks I've been eyeing since I put it in my cart, pumpkin tortilla chips. Now, according to the package, these are crafted with simple ingredients, including pumpkin puree, pumpkin seeds, cinnamon, and nutmeg. So what I'm expecting here is kind of like a sweet and savory experience. So let's check it out and see if that's true. Doesn't smell like much. Slight pumpkin smell here. Let's see. Salty. A little sweetness. I'm definitely getting the pumpkin spice. And I taste the corn chip as well. So there's definitely that sweet savory thing going on. I've got that salty corn chip. It's just a hint of that pumpkin spice. I'm really curious to look at the ingredients. So it's pumpkin puree, pumpkin seed, cornmeal, cinnamon, and nutmeg. That's exactly what it tastes like. I would actually say this would be a really fun tortilla chip to throw into the mix this time of the year. As a matter of fact, the first thing that comes to my mind is on Halloween, I always make big pot of chili. So when we're done trick-or-treating, we come in and we have the chili, and a lot of times I'll put chips and guacamole out with it. So this would be a super fun twist in the fall rather than doing a regular tortilla chip. I give this one a big thumbs up. Oh, but hold the phone, my friends. My hubby just brought to my attention that another snack I picked up is this fall harvest salsa. So let's see if they're a good match together. So this one, basically, it's a salsa that includes pumpkin, apples, and butternut squash. So very interesting. Let's see what's going on inside the jar. Interesting. It does not smell sweet. Just by smell only, it smells like regular salsa. So let's do our due diligence and give it a try. Pumpkin chip, fall salsa. Here we go. Delicious. I would not think I would like this one, but I'm rather enjoying this one. One more bite and then I'm going to describe. It almost tastes like chili more than it tastes like salsa, but it's got the heat that you would expect from salsa, the onions and the peppers, and then just a little bit of sweetness from the butternut squash and the apples. But what I'm noticing the most from the squash and the apples is that it gives it a thicker consistency. That's what made me think of chili. But this is delicious and a super fun addition this time of the year. I'm giving it another thumbs up. Okay, so the next thing I want to try after having the chips and salsa is this kombucha. It is a fall edition and it's made with apples, turmeric, carrots, and spices. So it's not really fair for me to say this is a pumpkin snack, but it's a fall harvest snack. So to me, that all falls under the same umbrella. So I'm gonna give it a shake. For those of you not familiar with kombucha, it is a messy drink after you shake it. Let me get a napkin. But anyway, kombucha is a fermented tea. And the reason it has gained so much popularity is because it is chock full of probiotics, and the probiotics are what we're always trying to work into our diet because they're really great for your immunity. They are great for gut health. And there's lots of different ways to get them, like any type of fermented food, so sauerkraut, fermented pickles, a lot of yogurts have probiotics, but the name of the game to me is if it's something that's good for you and you want to get more of, why not find delicious ways to do that? And kombucha can definitely be one of those. So let's give this flavor a try. I'm definitely smelling the turmeric. I'm a big fan of this one. I definitely taste the apple, definitely got the turmeric and the carrots. I'm curious what spices are in there. It says cider spices. That's exactly what it tastes like. If you like kombucha, I would recommend this guy. I think my kids might even like this one, definitely my son, because they both do like kombucha depending on the flavor. And I have a feeling they might like this flavor. So that's another thumbs up. So far, these Trader Joe's pumpkin and harvest spice snacks are rather enjoyable. Onward we march. Okay, so since we're on beverages, I also picked up some pumpkin spice tea. This is an herbal blend, and I'm not sure about you guys, but when the weather starts to get colder, especially at night, like first of all, I have a really hard time drinking regular water. So I find it's much easier to drink hot tea. And I also find that when it starts to get like really cold out, I tend to want to eat more. I think this is my theory, is that because it's cold, it's like my body wants to feel like weighted and warm and grounded. I think that's why I crave like heavier food and more food in the cold months. And I find something that helps me so much is hot tea. So when I saw the pumpkin spice, I thought, all right, let's do this, let's try it. So I've got a cup here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour the hot water on, and then we're gonna let it sit for just a minute before we taste it, because I don't wanna burn myself. So let's get that ready to rumble. Let me give it a little smell. So we're gonna let the tea develop. We're gonna come back to that in just a minute. Okay, tea, you stay right over here. We'll test you when you cool a bit. Let those flavors blossom. And we're gonna move on to this sucker. Pumpkin spiced pumpkin seeds. Well. Pumpkin seeds, sugar, butter, pumpkin spices. I'm not sure how you can go wrong with that combination, but we're about to find out. First thing that comes to mind for these is, yeah, they're probably a yummy little snack, but more so, I think they would probably be delicious sprinkled on top of a salad. But let's taste them first and see if that's true. Okay. You know what these remind me of? Like a candied pecan or a candied walnut. That's exactly what it's like with a pumpkin seed. So crunchy, definitely a little bit sweet. The pumpkin flavor is not jumping out at me. It tastes more like a candied pumpkin seed. And there's nothing wrong with a candied pumpkin seed. So I would say the consensus for this guy, fun little addition. I personally would not use this as something that I would just snack on. I would use it as an addition, like if you made some butternut squash soup and you wanted to put a little bit of texture, put a few of these over the top, maybe, and dot a little bit of goat cheese. Or if you were making like a beautiful salad, you could do like a little feta cheese and a sprinkle of these. These would definitely add a nice sweetness and some great crunch to a salad. Which also makes me think, total side note, but for all of my people who get lots, like have strong sweet tooths, a lot of different things that drive a sweet tooth, but something that I have found that helps me so much is to incorporate a little bit of sweet food on a regular basis throughout the day. And that really, to me, eliminates ever getting like a big like Cookie Monster sweet tooth. So adding a little something like this in your salads might just take that edge off for those of you who do get a really strong sweet tooth. Just a little FFT, food for thought. Okay, should we go back over to the tea and see what we think? Now, I'm gonna tell you before I even taste this, and maybe I shouldn't because it's like I have a preconceived idea about the tea. My experience with Trader Joe tea in the past, they're not my favorite. I never feel like the flavor pops as much as I want it to, but I'm gonna go into this with an open mind, my friends. Here we go. It smells slightly like pumpkin and a lot like water. I'm gonna tell you, not a lot of flavor there. I'm not sure that I can give this one a thumbs up. The only thing I will say is perhaps brew it with a double tea bag and see if that gets you anywhere. But again, it's almost like the tea doesn't blossom. I don't know. It's like the flavors don't shine. It's just not, they're not coming out of the cup. I'm not smelling them. I'm not tasting them. It's a little flat to me. So far this is the only one that's kind of disappointing. Danny Spies. Okay, moving right along. The next thing that I grabbed was some pumpkin butter. I think pumpkin butter, apple butters, those are always like a really fun, easy way to celebrate the season. And this one, it just smells like fall to me. It smells so good. Now, there's a lot of different things that you can do with a pumpkin butter like this. You could put it on top of some Greek yogurt. You could swirl a little bit into your oatmeal. You could use it like with dessert. Maybe if you put it on like a little bit of ice cream, or if you were having cheese and crackers, or if you were putting out cheese and crackers, you could do like some type of cheese, like a manchego cheese, and serve a little of this. So you do like a little pumpkin butter with your cheese on a cracker. All of that would be delightful. But one of my personal favorite ways to do it is to toast up a piece of whole grain toast. And then you could certainly do like a good grass-fed butter. I love it with cream cheese. So I did a shimia of cream cheese. And then I'm going to put the pumpkin butter over the top. But again, it's kind of like the sweet savory combination that in a lot of ways makes me think of like a pumpkin cheesecake. So you just spread that over like this. This is also a fantastical grab and go, quick, easy seasonal breakfast. And then let's see how it is. Smells like fall. We've already established that. Oh my God, that's delicious. Wow, that is so good. That's everything I want pumpkin butter to be. It's just sweet, and it's got all of the fall spices, which I always want to read and see like what they see. Cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and nutmeg. Those are literally, guys, the spices. You know when you buy pumpkin pie spice, it's like the pre-made spice mixture. That's what's in it. That's exactly what that tastes like. That is so delicious. And not only this is like a fun breakfast, but if you had a sweet tooth, I think this would do a really good job taking the edge off, because it's like kind of like eating cheesecake. This one gets a double thumbs up. And toes. 4. Big toe, and 2 thumbs. Okay, so we only have a few left here, which when I tell you I really had to pick and choose at the grocery store because Trader Joe's has so many pumpkin items this year. Have you guys seen that? I'm so curious to know which ones you've already bought and tried, so make sure to come down to the comments below and let me know. But I picked up this next, Autumn Harvest Soup. It's a creamy tomato-based soup with pumpkin and butternut squash, so we're definitely seeing reoccurring themes here. It's got pumpkin puree, onion, celery, carrots, butternut squash, butter, a little bit of sugar, and some dried spices. So I was thinking this might be really great like on a busy weeknight. You could just, hold on. I was thinking this would be really great on a busy weeknight. If you just give me a minute, I'm gonna go heat a little bit up and then I'm gonna come back and tell you what I think. I just heated a little bit up. Let's see how this tastes. It smells like tomato soup. It smells very acidic. That's how it smells. It's very bright, very high, very acidic to me. Not my favorite soup, I'm not gonna lie, my friends. Let's see, one more bite. I don't know, I feel like the soup is confused. It's nothing like specific is jumping out at me except for the fact that it tastes like really acidic, and I think it could give me heartburn. So far we have 2 that I'm not super excited about, but for the most part, I feel like we're doing pretty good here. So we have 2 more snacks left, and they're both kind of like sweet, fun snacks. So the first one, pumpkin spice granola bar. Okay, That sounds amazing to me. And it has a whole bunch of ingredients in it: chocolate, oatmeal, pumpkin seeds, maple syrup, vanilla extract, and then it's got, again, all of those spices: cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, clove. That is the pumpkin pie spice crew. That's the pumpkin pie spice crew. Cinnamon, cloves, ginger, nutmeg. Okay. Ooh, so these are like big hunks. Ooh. Okay, so get a look at this one. It looks like a granola bar, right? They're like broken up into pieces. So this is how they describe it: pumpkin spice flavored granola layered with 66% cacao, dark chocolate, and topped with toasted pumpkin seeds. And this happens to be a gluten-free snack, so good to know. Let's just break it into pieces here. It's got the sweet and salty thing going on, for sure. I mean, anything that's like crunchy granola with chocolate is gonna win in my book. I'm getting the pumpkin seeds because they're all over the top. I'm not getting like a strong, overwhelming pumpkin flavor, but I still really like it. This would be a great like afternoon, going to pick the kids up from school, getting my mom coffee ready to go in mug, and needing a little something. Grab a few of those squares. Ideal. And I could also see the kids liking this one too. So now that the weather's getting cooler, this is something that I could leave in the car because it won't melt. The chocolate won't melt. That's the one perk, probably the only perk of the cold weather, is you can keep chocolate in your car and it won't melt. Anyway, thumbs up. And our final snack of the day are the pumpkin JoJo's. So this is kind of like Trader Joe's pumpkin Oreo, but it's like a vanilla cream cookie with pumpkin. It's not, there's no chocolate involved. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like to buy things like this every once in a blue moon, have them in the house for the kids, or if the kids have friends over. I mean, at the end of the day, tell me if I'm wrong, if you have little kids, to a certain degree, you need to have fun snacks in the house. Like, kids want to have cookies sometimes, and so does mom and dad. So let's see how they are. I gotta tell you, when I was growing up, the cookie of choice for me were the Nutter Butters. I wasn't so much an Oreo girl, but girl or boy, get me in front of a Nutter Butter, it was going down. All right. Definitely smells like pumpkin. Let's see. That is delightful. Begging for a cup of coffee. The actual cookie, it's like very light and I guess I want to say like buttery. It's very delicious. And then the cream is super creamy. It just, like, the way they work together is so yummy, and it definitely has a pumpkin flavor. Actually, the flavor to me is reminding me of like a gingerbread cookie. So I don't want to throw you off there because it definitely is pumpkin-y too, but there's something like slightly gingerbready to me. One more, I think this requires a little more investigation. Definitely getting all of the fall spices. This is a super fun seasonal cookie. If you guys like to have cookies on hand, or if you have kids, or if you just want a little sweet treat that represents pumpkin and fall in the house, this would be a fun cookie to buy. So I'm gonna give these a big thumbs up. So I feel like overall, this was a rather successful trip to Trader Joe's, and I had so much fun picking out all of these different pumpkin ingredients. I mean, all of these different pumpkin snacks. I could go back and do the whole thing again. That's how many they have there. I mean, I probably didn't even scratch the surface of all the options that they have. But not only did I enjoy shopping, I really enjoyed being here with you and tasting all of these things for the very first time. So I am, of course, very curious to know, A, did you enjoy this video? Was it fun? Would you like to see more fun, playful videos like this? If so, give me a big thumbs up and let me know down in the comments below. But number two, what are some of your favorite pumpkin or harvest spice Trader Joe's snacks? Come on down and let us know. I am absolutely dying to know. And of all the things we tried here today, that maybe you haven't tried yet. Which one are you most intrigued by? All right, my friends, if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video with anybody else you know who wants to eat well and feel amazing and have some fun while they're doing it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Danny Spies, and I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers. This is my favorite type of video to shoot.
That's a wrap.